Hello friends, in previous lecture we have seen the conventional representation of mechanical elements such as pipe, rod and shaft. So in this lecture we will see the conventional representation for various operations, that is knurling or serrated shaft, spline shaft, slots, bearing. So we will see these features one by one. These are the different features. So we will see one by one. That is, first feature is slotted head. So this is a circular section or circular section or shaft or any circular section. So this head of this section is flattened, or this is frustum of cone. You observe the frustum of cone, and the head of this shaft is like frustum of cone, and in this head this slot is provided. So that's why it is called as slotted head. Means in the head this slot is provided. This slot is maybe used to tie this shaft in hole or to provide the grip for this shaft or to rotate this shaft. This slot is useful. So this is actual projection of slotted head. So if you want to represent conventionally, then the convention for slotted head is you have to draw this circular section or circular section, that is you have to draw this circle, and at 45 degree you have to draw these two lines. These two lines will represent the slot. So if you observe this from side view, then you will get this circle and this slot, but this slot must be drawn at 45 degree angle. This slot is drawn at 45 degree angle. So this is the convention for slotted head. Next is radial ribs. In many times this is the pipe, or this is dotted line, so this is the pipe. So if the length of pipe is large, or to support this pipe the ribs are provided radial. In this actual projection or section, there are 3 ribs are provided which are at same angle or equipoised or at same angle. These 3 ribs are provided to this pipe. Means these 2 circles will represent the pipe, and this is the head of pipe. So this will head of pipe. To support the pipe with head, these 3 ribs are provided. So if you want to represent these radial ribs, then this is the convention for this. So this is the pipe, and these inclined lines will represent the ribs, and this will represent the head of this pipe. So this is the radial ribs. Next we will see the serrated shafts. In previous lecture we have seen what is the convention for shaft. That is, shaft is having 2 sections, that is circular section and rectangular section. Mostly the circular shaft is mostly used in mechanical engineering. Rectangular is not most commonly used. Most commonly used is circular section. So in that circular section, first we will see the serrated shaft. Means the serrations are provided on outer surface of shaft. These are the serrations. Means this is the, if you observe the gears, on gears these profile, that is serrations are provided. These serrations are provided because these serrations will engage into another feature, that is another serrated shaft. So if you observe the that is in bicycle, if you observe the that is sprocket. So on sprocket these serrations are provided. On this sprocket the chain will engage, and with the help of these serrations on sprocket and chain, the power is transmitted from that is paddle to the rear wheel. The power is transmitted. If you want to conventionally represent these serrations, then if you draw these all serrations, the time required will be more. So to reduce the time, the convention is used. Means small part, that is in this small part the serrations are drawn, and only the outer circle and inner circle is drawn. Means the time will be saved in this convention. So only small portion from these serrations are shown, and other you have to draw these two circles. Same similarly, next is spline shaft. In spline shaft, these serrations are made flattened. This spline shaft, if you observe the clutch, in clutch this spline shaft is used. That is, these splines are provided. These splines are provided in clutch. Means these splines on shaft are provided. On these splines, the clutch will fit. Means this will provide the sliding motion. There is sliding motion in this spline shaft. If you want to conventionally represent, then there is no need to draw these all splines. You have to show only one spline and two circles, that is outer circle and inner circle. So you will conventionally represent this spline shaft. Next we will see the ratchet and pinion. This is the ratchet and pinion. This ratchet and pinion also used in bicycle, that is, this will give the only one direction motion, that is forward motion. So this is the ratchet and this is the pinion. Means this pin is fit into this and this will restrict this motion of ratchet. So if you want to conventionally represent, then now you have to no need to draw this all serrations. You will draw only one or two serrations and then draw this outer circle and inner circle, and you have to draw this pinion or this pin. So conventionally you can represent ratchet and pinion. So next is bearing. So mostly these shafts are used for transmitting the powers, and these two shafts are continuously rotating. To support this shaft at two ends, or to support these two shafts at two ends, this bearing is used. So the bearing will take the load of this shaft, and in this bearing there are balls. Number of balls are provided. So these balls are rotating. So if the load which is directly acting on the shaft will be now transferred to the bearing, or indirectly on these balls. So the balls are number of balls are used. So the load will be uniformly distributed on each balls. So this will protect the damage of the shaft or bending of the shaft. So for that purpose the bearings are used. So if you want to represent the bearing, then how to conventionally represent it? So this is the shaft. On this shaft, to represent the bearing, you have to draw this rectangle. One rectangle on above side, another rectangle on below side, and you have to only draw this cross. Means you have to join these diagonals. Join the diagonals of this rectangle. Then this is the representation of bearing. So next, that is knurling operation. So knurling operation is mostly given on the some circular sections. If you want to apply the physical force, means you have to rotate some features or knobs. If you rotate the knob, then to provide a sufficient grip. If this surface is polished or not done knurling operation, then this surface will be polished surface. So there may be chances of slipping, or this effort, physical effort will be more physical effort will be required. So to avoid this slipping or to provide the grip, this knurling is provided. If you observe your watch, on watch, if you want to change the minute hand and second hand, then there is knob is provided on your watch. So on that knob there are knurling is provided. That is, straight knurling is provided on the knob of watch. So this will provide you more grip. So you can easily change the minute hand, or you can adjust the time on the watch. So same is diamond knurling. These are two types of knurling, that is straight knurling and diamond knurling. If the knurling is provided straight lines, then this is called as straight knurling, and the structure, that is cross structure, is provided. That is cross structure or diamond like structure is provided. So this is the diamond knurling. Then next is repeated parts. In drawing, if the same part, you have to draw the same parts number of times, then there is no need to draw all the times same pictures. You want to draw only one picture. If you observe in convention, you want to draw only one picture, and another is only outline is provided. In mass production the same parts are manufactured, so or the same picture is, if you want to draw, then there is no need, because the same will be repeated, then more time is get consumed in drawing this same picture. So you have to draw only one picture in detail, and next parts only outline will be shown. Okay, thank you.